Hello, how are you doing? City 2, Bournemouth 1. Great result in fantastic circumstances. And to discuss that, I've got Stuart with me. How are you, Stu?
Yes, I'll mate.
Good.
Better after yesterday.
But yeah, we'll come on to that in a bit, but I want to start with Bouaddi, apparently flying in today, 95 million euros plus 5 million. Before you come in, Stu, I'm pretty sick of hearing these pundits falling over themselves saying he's not going to be replacing Rodri. He's not going to be replacing Rodri. Well, he said that about Rodri when Fernandinho left or was leaving. Yeah, Rodri will never replace Fernandinho. Yeah, different players, different profiles, and we just got to go see how it goes, haven't we? I mean, you said you've seen him in the World Cup, so what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean he's a talent. He's young, so he's got a lot to learn. But from what I've seen, he's looks more than capable. I'm
Look,
hoping that he settles in pretty much straight away and can make an impact from the word go. Really.
can you see him making his debut away at Palace? Obviously, that's bit too fucking sink or swim, isn't it? I know we're bought him for the next 5 to 10 years, but Palace away is not the easiest place to start your career.
No, but I don't see why not, because I don't as well as Guehi did yesterday in that defensive mid position. You don't want to see him there too often.
No,
So if they bought him for that, then yeah, put him in. But I've got more interested to see tonight if Enzo Fernandez is in the Chelsea squad, because if he isn't, then I think you can read a bit more into him coming here.
yeah, well, funny you should mention that. I was going to come on to that later, but I'll do it now. Is it Di Mazzario, that the Italian journalist or
Yeah,
something? He says on, or someone's reported from Instagram, it's gone now, that we should be closing the deal this week. Chelsea apparently, yeah, here he is. City working to close the arrival of Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea this week. Well, it has to be this week, doesn't it? So that's not news, is it? Really?
yeah. Well,
So it has to be
you've
this
got
week.
till next Monday it closes, I think.
Is it Monday night?
Yeah,
Yeah. The Blues are trying to, Chelsea, as in the Blues, they're trying to hold firm and are asking for 140 million. It doesn't say if that's euros or pounds. He's Italian, so it might be euros, but English,
yeah.
Chelsea are English, so it might be pounds. So I don't know. But
I
that,
think there was a bit of a gaping hole yesterday that needs filling, and I'm certain that he could be the man, because he can carry the ball, can't he? He's not just a industrious in terms of work rate. He's capable of scoring as well. So it is something that our midfield needs, because going forward we don't have many goals other than Haaland. So I think the
no,
midfield needs to start chipping in with goals for us.
100%. And I think we needed that for a while, because even Bernardo Silva, as good as he was, never really a goal scorer, was he? Never
No,
really good.
no.
But with
But you saw yesterday as well with Foden out wide, he was very similar to Bernardo when he used to
hmm.
fill that position, and you were like, you're not getting a goal out of him. So basically, what are your thoughts on us signing another winger as well? Do you know what I mean? We need a goal scoring winger. We've not had
Yeah,
one of them
well,
for a long time.
yeah, I'll just touch on that winger in a minute. But with Enzo Fernandez, they highlighted this on Match of the Day as well. You know, you mentioned Guehi. That it wasn't that Guehi was playing in the defensive side of the midfield, was it? That was more like that
No,
to Anderson, and Guehi was told, get forward. He was
that's right. Yeah,
providing underlapping runs in the second half and playing
yeah,
drink balls to Cherki. Like, and you're right, as good as he was, and we said it in the stand, didn't we? That he's trying his best. He looked a bit
yeah,
uncomfortable in certain situations, but fair play to Marc Guehi. He really did. I thought he stood out, in terms of effort, and he's trying
yeah.
to make things happen, and did make things happen ultimately. So having Enzo Fernandez in that position, obviously a professional midfield player, isn't he? Not because, did you watch Match today? Marc Guehi was saying
Yeah,
he
I've watched it.
doesn't remember the last time I played in centre midfield, basically. So,
He fancies himself for playing up front at Palace on Friday.
so yeah, I think Enzo Fernandez. It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money for him. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, but what isn't a lot of money now? You're looking at other Premier League prices that teams are paying, and I think United have paid 70 million for that Belieber, and he's injury prone. So if you're paying a little bit extra, then you're getting it in terms of quality and goals, and I think they are going to be a bit more costly. And
yeah,
Fernandez has got a bit of bite about him as well. I know people don't like him, and I know a lot of people are saying we don't want him at City because of his off-field antics and the way he behaves. But Maresca knows him. and we've got to back him. So go for it.
Yeah, I think you got to a degree, haven't you? I mean, I don't mind one Chelsea player, but when we start getting into the realms of 2 and 3, you think, hold on a minute,
Yeah.
we need a bit more from the scouting department if we just go back to see his mates. But you talk about goal scoring wingers, and we'll link with Alan during the week, weren't we? That looks like it's going to be done. He doesn't seem like a goal scoring winger given his stats, but
No, but from what I've read overnight from his manager and the quotes from his manager, he's quite a defensive minded winger. So the chances are for me, he's going to be coming in as the understudy for Núñez at right back. That's kind of what I'm reading into it. He's less attacking and more defensive.
yeah. Well, I was listening to that Tim Vickery, and he's he's English but lives in Brazil, doesn't he? And he was saying he's been playing wing back for Palmeiras for this season.
Yeah.
He's not many seasons there, so it remains to be seen, doesn't it? But what is he? 22, 40 million quid. I mean, if it goes right, great. If it goes wrong, it's not really a problem, is it?
You probably get your money back, don't you?
You get your money back. Someone will have him off. Your Villa will take him, won't they? Or someone will have him. He's not going to be on big whack. The transfer fee's fine. Affordable for other people, isn't it? Even mid-table German teams can pay that. So that's not a problem. But the thing with Fernandes and Elliot Anderson, when you start getting into that £100 million plus category, no one else can afford them. So it has to work. The wage is prohibitive.
Yeah.
The transfer fee, you can't, like an idiot, sell it for 70 million in 18 months' time, can you? So
no.
I think it has to be made clear to it, this Fernandes. If you're coming here, this is it. This is it now. You're not, none of this fanning about in 2 years' time. I want to go live in Madrid, acting a dolt like he did at Chelsea.
That's
6 months ago. I think that's got to be made quite clear, hasn't it? You're here now for the whatever it is, 6-year contracts, whatever it happens to be.
I think he'd settle in quite well in Bezic, do you know what I mean?
Well,
They all seem to like it, so why not?
Well, that was interesting Real Madrid statement, wasn't it? Earlier in the summer, they said, we're no longer interested in him or something. It was quite a odd thing for a team to do. So
yeah,
maybe everyone knew that we're the only show in town, and we'll see how it goes. The transfer window's this time next week, so we'll see. Talking about transfers quickly, I was on the tram on the way home yesterday, and I didn't have my glasses with me. I just saw that Here We Go with Marmouche. I think it was a loan first, loan for 50 mil, loan and then for 50 mil.
But it says that the payment that Spurs are going to make every week is 500 grand. That'll be towards, I think, a lower transfer fee next summer.
So work it off.
Kind of working it off already, because the talk is that he's on over 300 grand at City.
Yeah, I've read this. I just can't have it.
I can't myself. I'm not having that but we were desperate.
We were that day. I had a look at Frankfurt's highest paid players last week, just to have a look at this. And I think their highest paid player was €100,000 a week. But let's say that's pounds a week. We're going to treble it, are we?
No, that's it.
We're desperate. We're not desperate. And he'd have done it for half. He'd have done it for 150, wouldn't he? He's getting up. So I can't see being on that. Hey, listen, if he is, but I can't see it. But him going, it's another one, isn't it? Who's coming in?
That's it. There's been talk this afternoon, I don't know if you've read it, that Yakuba Minteh, who Liverpool wanted from Brighton, we've been linked with him now. Yeah,
I saw something that said Liverpool, and they talk, of course, we're sort of hanging around in the background, was basically just as a...
Well, Liverpool can't get 3 wingers. They're after that Barcola. They're after that Mbai. But apparently his parents are quite hard workers, his advisors.
Right.
So
I mean, they want bung.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they want a hospital building in wherever they're from.
Okay,
that's either a library, a school, all this carry on.
Right.
But City have also had another link about 10 minutes ago, which is quite worrying, really. And it's another Chelsea player, but one that you'd never even dream of.
Jackson.
No, I'd be quite happy with him.
Yeah.
It's another striker, though, from Chelsea.
Not Liam Delap.
That Marc Guehi, is it?
Behave.
No, that's what they've been linked with now. Yeah,
He's like a youth footballer, isn't he? I mean,
He's
not
in his
built like for
20s,
the
but
Premier League, from what I've seen.
yeah, he's not quite capable for me. And if Chelsea wanting rid of him, then we shouldn't be going anywhere near it. The only players from Chelsea we should be going near for me is Fernandes, who we've spoke about. And as a backup striker, I think you'd have Jackson. His work rate's second to none, and he does know where the net is.
Yeah, I had this thought about 4:00 in the morning during the week, Wednesday morning when you wake up to lose something. I was like, Jackson would do, wouldn't he? Jackson would do. He's available.
Yeah.
He's available. He's used to playing behind Harry Kane, so he's used to that sort of role of being a sub-striker. He's not going to get busy and start, I've had a taste now. I want like Alvarez or Gamma Jesus, someone go, I've got a taste now, I want a bit more. He's happy with that role. So, but no, I'm not having this Marc Guehi, Guehi. No, I can't.
Whatever his name is.
And what was the link? Was it solid or was it
just the? Is it Ben Jacobs on Twitter?
Oh God, right. So he's got that. So it's not just some Twitter rumor. It's actually
no. It was someone like that. Someone who's close to Chelsea.
Right.
I think they just sometimes put the Maresca being at Chelsea and City being after a backup striker. I think it's
quite lazy,
darts,
easy to do, and semi-believable, isn't it? But I think that is pushing it because he's not done anything for him, has he? At any level to make you go, oh, maybe. No, I think he was highly rated a couple of years ago when they bought him as like a 16, 17-year-old or something. But
yeah, he's not got off the ground. He's not the type of player we want, is he?
No, he's not got off the ground. We need someone who, and this guy is young, and he'll need to play to develop, play, not.
Yeah, not.
Come in now for some Champions League game because Haaland's having a rest or he's injured. Like, no, that's not his level. He's like, he'd be League Cup player for us. Yeah,
out of the two, like you said, you'd prefer Jackson, but even ahead of Guehi or whatever his name is, you'd have Delap over him for a backup striker.
I think of Delap the other day, and he's another one of those needs to play a lot. He's not played for Chelsea, but he was so fits and starts from what I could see last year. He never really got a good one. Maybe that's because he's no good and they don't rate him. I don't know. But yeah, because again, he's available, isn't he? So
yeah,
and he's been here, so I wouldn't be against that. I don't think. But I'm not seeing him play properly for a while.
To be honest, you'd want Marmoush to want to stay, really, because
it is.
He's not had a great run at it, but I don't think he helps himself when he has played. He's not kind of grasped it, has he?
No, and you sort of have what you wanted him to, and you're going, and it never quite happens for him, does it? I mean,
no.
I think he'll do well for Tottenham, but talking about players that who had a very odd relationship with our last two managers, because like I say, Mahmoud's didn't a fair crack at him. And Maresca's not giving him the time of day, really, is he? Nothing. Nothing. And that's Nico Gonzalez. He's on his way out. Talk about City players were talking him into staying. Others saying that he should, and fans like we were talking on the ground yesterday, thinking this guy might as well go. Us as fans look at him and go, "Why does this guy not get a game here? Because he's always looked all right, and he's always looked decent enough."
Yeah, there must be something that they see in him that there might be a mistake in him, and he might feel like he's going to cost us something because no one's giving him a real run at it. But we said yesterday about the amount of games that we played last season, and he was involved in, and we went on that run where we didn't have Rodri, or Rodri wasn't fully fit.
Like September time, wasn't it, after the international break?
He was fine. He didn't stand out to the degree that there was something wrong with the way he plays. It's just they don't fancy him.
And they don't, not only do they not fancy him, they fancy a centre-half in midfield above him.
So that says it all, doesn't it?
Okay, fuck this. Yeah. I'm off.
What I will say is, though, Maresca seems like he's quite ruthless in the fact that if these players show any inkling of not wanting to be there, he's getting shut of them.
Yeah, but he said in that press conference, didn't he? These players got one thing in common that they didn't play last season. Well, this is a new season. You're the new manager. You can play him if you wanted to, Yeah. So he obviously doesn't, and it's not like he knows these players from the last time he was here, though, was it? Because these are all reasonably new.
I just wonder how long Maresca's been around the club since it was announced that he left Chelsea and stuff like that, and that the chances were that he was going to City.
Yeah.
I wonder how much work he'd put in with regards to the current squad, that these aren't going to cut the mustard and they're going.
Yeah, because they're making lots of decisions very, very quickly without really, he's not coming in. You hear these new managers come in all the time, don't you? And I'm coming in here, everyone's got a clean slate, new chief in town. There's been none of that. It's been
nothing.
It's like a continuation. Like, you didn't play last season, you're not playing this season. You didn't play last season, you're not playing this season. You not playing last season, you're not playing this season. So
because the players who you thought would go, Grealish being one of them, and Rico Lewis, who's been linked with moves to Everton, Forest, teams like that, you'd have thought they'd have been the first to go, and then the more established players, they'd be shipped on later on. But it's kind of
all want to stay, like you said, my Mitch, all want to stay. But
like Grealish seems happy that he's going to see out his final year at City rather than going out on loan and doing it elsewhere. So he looked quite happy yesterday when he come on.
He did. Happy if I was him at all.
Because we were saying, weren't we, he's the type of player you bring on when you're winning 1-0 with 10 minutes to go to hold the ball up.
Yeah, there's no goals in him.
It kind of worked the opposite yesterday, didn't it? I thought he's touching on that. His substitutions yesterday were spot on.
Yeah, I think so. We said it. Yes, we'll go on to the game now. So we started okay, didn't we? I missed the first 10 minutes because I couldn't get in because of the shit show outside. Then it was quiet. Then they scored, didn't they? Then did Haaland miss the sitter? Then they had a couple of chances again. Is that how it went? Yeah,
pretty much.
That's it. You just got to put it down to one of them, haven't you? You've lost a flight on the ball, and
well, it was a perfect cross. I don't know what.
Rather than running down the wing and crossing it, it's like Sane and Gareth Bale rolled into one. It's superb. You can't ask for a better ball in than that, can you?
You're just waiting for Haaland to nod it in, or he was on his left foot as well. He could have volleyed it. I don't know. He just got caught in two minds and didn't do anything.
Yeah, and as we mentioned about Donovan before, he made a couple of good saves. But I thought the crowd were good yesterday. I don't think they got too edgy too soon.
Well, they kind of backed him, didn't they? Even at 1-0 down, it was like people are buying into it now, aren't they?
And I think what helped,
gone, hasn't it?
I think what helped as well was Marc Guehi, because he was playing in midfield like you could tell he was visibly trying his best. It wasn't like some some players with certain body language that I'm sure they are trying their best. They just don't look it. I mean, good job fucking Savino wasn't on the pitch. I mean, it would have gone the other way, I think.
Well, that's it, because as fans, you respond to players who are putting the effort in, don't you? You can get beat. You can get beat. It's part of football, but it's the way you get beat, isn't it?
Yeah, and Haaland was chasing the keeper down a couple of times. So,
well, I thought Haaland's overall performance was quite good. All it was lacking was a goal. You expect him to score a couple of them chances that he had.
Which is quite funny because sometimes it goes the other way, doesn't it? Like, he done fuck all, but got two goals.
If you can come back to win a game and it's from two centre-halves, technically, that have scored, then they've done something right, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? And that second goal by Gvardiol, that touch, that is a touch that I don't expect even Haaland to be able to get it out of his feet that quick. It was superb.
And I didn't notice it. We're the other side of the ground, aren't we?
So that's it. Yeah.
It's far too subtle for us to see. But yeah, coming on to the win, I was listening to ESPN last night. VAR cannot catch a break, right? My thoughts on VAR are, it's here to stay as long as it doesn't get too busy in terms of interfering with penalties. But the guy was saying, because of VAR, City have had that moment taken away from that pure joy. You're like, well, no, there was no joy. The linesman put his flag up.
Yeah.
Well, the linesman might not put his flag up if VAR wasn't there. You're like, what are you on about?
It's crazy. But
the linesman thought he was offside. He was tired. The linesman got it wrong. VAR coming in and helped. That was it.
Because it was so late and you knew it was going to be the winner, you kind of could celebrate it as if it had just gone in. Do you know what I mean? So it was a bit of a double whammy for Bournemouth, really.
Yeah.
But I thought
they were good value, mate. I mean, whilst we had chances in the second half, the Guehi miss, Kevin McCorn, a few other bits. It didn't feel like we were like sustaining an attack at wave on wave at times. It did feel quite even. Like they were having their sort of semi-breaks on us, weren't they? Although the second half was much better than the first for us in that respect. But Yeah, I thought they were good value. They'll be gutted they got beat, wouldn't they? I mean, they did everything right, really.
Yeah, they will. They
Apart
will
from,
be, but on the basis of it, you look at it. City had a lot of players out of position.
yeah.
Couple of niggles on some of them that didn't start, and it was a bit of a mismatch, and you didn't really know who was playing where and why they were playing where they were playing.
Because it was completely out the window from the Charity Shield, wasn't it? Like the Charity Shield's like, what do we do? Fucking not doing that, you know?
No. And Bournemouth, they're a settled team. They've not lost in the league since January. So
yeah.
I think really, on the basis of it, we probably did just shade it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we did. I think, and when you put it into context like that, you know, when you're in the ground, no, you don't want to hear it, do you? You don't want to hear the reasons and a few people out of position, not fit. But the reality is, first game of the season, everyone will be at different levels of fitness for a variety of reasons. Whether that's World Cup, whether that's their natural fitness, whether it's knocks, niggles, like you mentioned. So just to get over the line in those circumstances, when it's manager's first home game, you win at the death. Everyone's happy, but I've got down here. It was a great win in the circumstances, but that isn't the blueprint, is it? This wasn't
not at all. No,
this wasn't like we've cracked it here. Well done, Enzo. It's very much like right. We'll go over the line. Let's make sure people either fitter or we've got a few more square pegs and square holes for the next match.
Yeah, you're hoping Friday's a bit more
conventional
in midfield and defenders in defence and the right defenders starting. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, and what? Because obviously Nunes came on. I don't know what's the matter with Nunes in terms of was he injured? Does the manager just want to play someone else there? I'm not sure.
Well, he got injured in the warm up, didn't he? In the Charity Shield.
Yeah, and then we played Kuznov at right back. Well, Kuznov and Lewis are completely different in terms of their right back capabilities, aren't they? But
that's it. I think he was probably just a bit protective of him yesterday. Nunes didn't want to throw him back in because he did the same with Doku straight from the World Cup, put him in, and he's now injured, isn't he? So
yeah, and we all see how that turned out. Yeah.
I think you've got to protect Nunes because in reality he's the only one.
Yeah, capable in that position. We can't go in with Rico Lewis for 5 games in a row at right back, can we? I mean, I watched that goal, and you and I said it when we were sat there. That ball went down. 2 City players fell into each other, and no one considered. They both got up and ran the other way and forgot about the guy who crossed it in. Yeah. So I think there were problems further in that goal. But Rico Lewis, I watched it back last night and this morning, and I was on Blue Moon with someone saying, I think it's a bit harsh. But then when I watched it again, someone was bothering me. And
it was with me because he had a look. He looked.
It was like the goal Dogu scored against us at Old Trafford last year.
It was, yeah.
But the ball comes from fucking miles away. The left winger or left back is miles away. And then he still managed to get there first and knock it in.
Well, he's gone into that gap, but hasn't actually done anything in that gap. He should have carried on going into it and he would have cut the cross out. But he also had a look to his left to see that the winger was there.
Yeah.
And then didn't react to the winger coming in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to try something, and he didn't. He just kind of let the ball come across.
It was very much like a halfway house. I'm here, but I'm not really doing anything. But,
yeah, because he just isn't capable, I don't think.
He's not a Premier League right back, is he?
Not at all, no.
It's just not. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Yeah, he's quite good in possession, links it well with Foden and all the rest of it. But the reality is, the physicality of some of these wingers, and Cliver, rapid. I think he played. Rayan, massive, rapid,
Yeah.
And the aware and the quick and it's nippy and you've got to be on it. And we found out with Nunes, an experienced player. He was horrific at right back, really, for the first year. Yeah.
Oh, terrible. But he's bought into the fact that that's the only position he's going to play at this football club.
So it's either stay here and do this or go somewhere else.
So I think he's improved tenfold, hasn't he? And he's up to it.
Because I always said when he was right back at the start, he was okay until he wasn't. It'd be a penalty against Brighton, penalty against United. So cock up somewhere else, But he has grown. But it just shows, doesn't it, what can be done if coaching, application is where it should be. But just touch on a couple more. I mentioned Donovan before, so I want to talk about him. What do you make of Gvardiol? I know we spoke about his winner, which is brilliant. But what do you think his overall game was like? Because I like the guy. I thought he was sloppy at times. He doesn't. There was a time in the first half, I think it was, you and I said the same thing. he looked like he was running. Either the Bournemouth player he was running against was a whippet, and fair enough, or he wasn't able to get up to speed very quickly. He looked a bit sluggish at times.
He looked way off it in terms of fitness. Maybe a couple of Managerial jabs might help. Do you know what I mean? That might sort him out for a couple of weeks. His technical abilities, you can't question it, but sometimes he was lacking a bit yesterday. He did something else, didn't he, late on in the second half, where he should have controlled it, and it kind of hit him, and they went on the break from it. And
just sloppy is what I thought at the time. Just a bit.
But then when you look at that again, what was he even doing there to receive that pass? He's a defender. He was in midfield receiving a pass into midfield from Diaz, I think it was, who himself is lacking as well.
Yeah, well, I was going to come on to that. So, who would you have as centre half? Assuming Bouaddi comes in, and well, they probably all do Enzo Fernandez by Friday, will they? So, who would you have as centre? What would your back four be for Palace away there? Just on going off what we saw yesterday. Obviously, people improve their fitness and whatever else, but who would your ideal defence be?
Well, I think Nunes will start.
Yeah,
I think they've tried this Rico Lewis at right back. They've tried Kusanov there. It doesn't really work. I think it'll be Guehi and Diaz. And Gvardiol might drop in at left back. You might see O'Reilly again in midfield.
Midfield again, yeah. I think so. So I talk about midfield. What do you make of Anderson over? I know we said he took messages last night, but like, what do you think of him? Because I'm reading stuff that I find wild, right? And I'm not here to slag off someone. And I know it's early days, and I know all that. So let's put all that to one side. I don't expect him to score a hat-trick on his debut and all the rest of it. So let's put all that to one side. I'm reading things like he was outstanding, and the words like that being used. I thought steady Eddie maybe, but nothing that stood out.
Having watched the game again, I'm a bit more impressed with him than I was on first.
Oh my God, I've not watched it again. Go on then.
He was trying to win the ball a lot in 50-50s. They're saying he lost a lot of duels, but they were from 50-50s. You've got
to be in him, haven't you?
Yeah, they can be lost. You can't really. I don't think as a centre midfielder you can have that go against you. If you've put the effort into to get into a 50-50, the chances are you're not always going to come out on top of them.
Yeah, because if you go back to the document,
short passing range is very good.
Right.
He was winning a lot of second balls. So I would say it was a solid debut from him, really.
And they said it was cramped, didn't they, the injury? The rest of it was cramped, so hopefully that.
Yeah, so you don't know how much of an impact the World Cup has had on him. Yeah. Lack of training, lack of minutes. He only played the first half in Cardiff.
And then like I said earlier, we've got over the line, we won the game, and we just take it from there, don't we? We just build up.
He's a very good player. He's come to a bigger club.
Yeah.
The expectation on him because of the price tags on him as well. So I think we'll see in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. And
what he really is about.
You mentioned the duels thing. I mean, going back to the documentary, I watched the documentary last night. Our players weren't winning duels. We weren't getting anywhere fucking near anyone.
No, that's it.
So at least if you're there, then you've got opportunity, haven't you?
Yeah. Games are won in midfield, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's the centre of the park. What's been lacking for us. We talk about Rodri going. We've not really had Rodri for a prolonged period for the past 2 and a bit years, have we?
No.
He's looked quite half-hearted in a lot of his later games last year, and then I think we spoke last week about it after 3 weeks of rest, and then he goes and turns it on in the World Cup. I think that was a bit of a slap in the face for City as well. So.
Yeah. Because I mean, whether it was being half-assed in the league and cup games, or whether he wasn't capable or the pace is too much, I don't know. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Either way, we haven't had a functioning midfield for a while, really. I mean, we were running with Bernardo and Kovacic, weren't we, and things like that. And it's not Premier League midfield, is it?
Well, you think with what them players that you've just said, some of them are aging, some of them we knew were going to be going. We came within however many points of winning the league. It was the last weekend that stopped us winning it, the Everton game and then the Bournemouth game.
Well,
So
we finished 7 points back, didn't we? Primarily because we got beat at
yeah,
home to Villa on the last day, which doesn't really count anyway, you know.
no, it was already gone,
If we
wasn't
needed
it?
to win, we'd have won that game, I think. Yeah. So, like I said, we're broadly not shit last season, but we were ourselves. We ground out, we dropped points. We're winning two real games. We're winning the domestic treble again. You know.
Yeah,
So,
and in a pretty overachieving squad last season, weren't it? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I don't think on the base of last season we could have gone right. New contracts for everyone. Everything's fine and dandy. You know, that wasn't the case. So this rebuild has had to have happened.
You'd be more upset as well, though, with some of the players that have left. You look at it. You look at John Stones. He's gone to Italy.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's gone to Italy.
Yeah.
He must have known himself that it's a slower pace. He's got more opportunity to.
Oh yeah, because Inter Milan won't be great payers. I mean, they'll be on good money.
No,
but he could have got more of a Newcastle or Arsenal, probably.
Bernardo and Rodri, gone to the two biggest teams in Spain.
Yeah, easy.
And yeah, the expectations there is massive, but again, they're going to dominate the pair of them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be easy for them. They're going to
easy street, innit? It's not going to be all this. You know, there's 6 or 7 teams in there who are really, really highly intense. And then even the mid-table teams like we saw with Brentford and Brighton this week, you know, turning you over. So you're not on it. So yeah, you're right. I mean, they haven't. It was a natural end, wasn't it? They're getting older and they've gone off to somewhere different. But
I think part of it, they loved it at City. They've all said the same. Players who've come and gone have all said the same. But it's the age thing with the Premier League. It's tough. It's a tough league, isn't it?
It doesn't take any prisoners, does it? And
no.
As we saw the documentary, I mean, there's no spoilers here. The documentary seasons that we watched Kevin De Bruyne, you know, he's in Italy now, like John Stones will be. You know, he couldn't compete in the Premier League anymore. He was gone. Can't run.
That's it.
And yeah, I had Torre going back further. They look great until they don't. And then you look very, very exposed very, very quickly.
Yeah.
If you can't run. Teams like Bournemouth, Brentford, never mind the top teams, Arsenal, Liverpool, they'll just run rings around you. And we'll finish off. Don't have an hour. We'll finish off with Rayan Cherki because I don't see what people see in this guy. And then he sets up 2 goals on it, one left foot corner and beautiful ball to Gvardiol for the goal. It's go, right, okay. He's obviously got that in him. Obviously got that. That's not in dispute, is it? But then you go, right, where does he fit in this team? How do you get him in it on a permanent or semi-permanent basis without exposing other areas? So, you know, people talk about playing him on the right. He's not going to track back, is he? Do you play him in number 10? He's going to get the ball away enough. He's going to close down enough. Considering when Haaland isn't the most mobile. Do you need Foden behind him to run round, or is Cherki just happy? You know, do you know what I mean? How do we set the team up to fit him in?
It's a tough one with him, isn't it? Because, as you just said, he set both goals up and kind of won us a game, really.
Yeah.
But previous to that, there was a header that he should have gone up for and didn't even bother competing for it. He's a very frustrating player, but he will also get your bum off the seat as well, won't he?
Yeah.
Because of how good and clever he is. And he is what you would say, for me, a great footballer, but his work rate probably is lacking a little bit. You look at Foden yesterday, you want Foden to be that guy that sets a goal up and crosses the ball from a corner and we score from it, or a little through ball to win the game. And the thing was with Foden yesterday, Foden worked his socks off, but without any real end product. And then Cherki comes on and almost nonchalantly wins you the game without even really doing anything.
Just swans in, I'm going to do this and this, and that's it. But is that sustainable over a 90-minute period for 30 games on the trot?
Well, we've spoke about him in the past, haven't we? I think it was Everton last season. He was really not asked and didn't look interested. And then that transpires through the full team, really. You end up 3-1 down and chasing the game. But in terms of where does he fit in in a starting berth, it's a tough one at the minute. They're going to have to figure something out because he is influential in winning games, but is he at the moment an half an hour player that
well, that's
an
it.
impact sub?
You bring him on yesterday. We're in this shit. You bring him on. You saw it's worth taking that chance, isn't it? You know what I mean? He can do something.
Because there's no disputing how good he is.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't. If it doesn't work. But we'll try. If you start him, say, away at Palace, and you have on Friday night, and you have one of these Everton type away performances, and after 10 minutes, it's quite clear nothing's happened. Nothing's happening for him. He's got the and all bets are off. He's just shouting at the clouds. You can't take him off after 15 minutes, can you? You know.
No.
So
no.
You then.
You just wonder. New manager, new ideas. He might be a bit more ruthless with him. Do you know what I mean? So, if
you've got to do this, or
because you've seen with the way he's getting rid of players that no one's really safe.
Yes, I said that. I did a live video last week. It was everyone. If they are selling anything that's not bolted down at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Anything that they can get rid of, I think they're going to do it. Do you know what I mean? So
any sniff. Oh yeah, he's for sale. Yeah, come and have a look. Yeah. So
he was quite vocal the other day, weren't he, Maresca, about the 3 youth players that have been promoted to the.
Remind me what he said, because I did see the quotes. But you have to remind me what he said, or the gist of it at least.
He's just said that from pre-season they've worked really hard and they deserve the chance to be around the first team. So he doesn't seem to be bothered the age of them. He's just saw that the work rate's good and he wants to give them more opportunities.
Yeah, that's more. So something around, I think he uses about energy and things like that. Energy to the team, and in training, I think he might have mentioned as well. So, and that sort of thing is hopefully infectious, isn't it? If you let's talk about Cherki. So if you've got Foden running around, just Semenyo's work rate seconds, and I'm not mentioning it, and Anderson's buzzing around. You'd like to think your own personal self-respect is, I can't just stand it. I've got to join in,
Yeah.
Or someone's going to get a grip of him and say, listen, that's, rather than have this, it's not 1990 anymore, is it? You can't just have some guy who stands in number 10 position hoping he's going to get the ball and stick in the top corner. You need all 11 players in and out of possession in their positions or in an organised fashion. Yeah. So last one then, we'll just finish up because I think it's a really good result. Tactics wise, I'm not going to get too much into it, so I don't know enough. But again, like I said, it's not the blueprint. But Jack Grealish, I know we spoke about him briefly then. What does his future hold, do you think? I mean, is this serious, that we're seriously bringing him on with whatever it was, 10, 15 minutes to go? It looked desperate.
It wouldn't surprise me if last day of the transfer window, City are still trying to get someone in, and Everton come knocking for him. You never know. It might be to do with that Iliman and Dye, who City have been linked with. Could it be part of that deal? There's a lot of smoke screens at the minute regarding who they're after and who they might want to come in to replace certain players. So it's going to be an interesting few days, but
even if this Haaland guy does come here, like we just spoke about earlier, he's not a goal-scoring winger, is he? He's not the answer to that.
No. But the thing is with Grealish, he isn't going to pick the top corner out, is he?
No.
You know what I mean? He's never been that guy, has he?
No. I'm not going to start in front of him. What is he, like 3 to 5 goals a season or something? It's not like
I never understood really us signing him. It never struck me as, oh wow, that's a great signing. He did very well in that treble season, as we've touched on, and he seems like a great lad, and so on and so forth. And I would love him to have a good season with us, but
we've said it for 4 years, haven't we? It's not happened.
He went to Everton on loan, and he was there for a year. I thought that would have been the end of him. And football does change, because you've seen Rashford go back to United after 2 years away.
Yeah, and that's not because he pressed on the loan spell. That's because no one else wants him.
That's it, but it just doesn't work, does it?
No. No, and
It's
when
not. You
when
could
Jack,
see when Rashford came on for United the other day,
yeah,
there was just nothing
nothing there.
happening. Do you know what I
But
mean? The desire is probably there, but it's
it's not happening.
just not
Um,
going to happen. And I think the same with Grealish. I do feel that should someone come in
What
for him,
what I would say about Grealish on a maybe I'm being overly generous, overly optimistic. Rashford wanted to leave United and hasn't been able to find a way out. I'm sure if he'd had these
Yeah.
wages, he'd find plenty of ways out, but we don't want to do that. So let's put that to one side. Grealish never really wanted to leave City. He's been found out not to be good enough, so we want to move him on. When he made his debut last year for Everton, I bet you, if you said in 12 months' time you'd be coming on at the Etihad for City because they're in the shit, he wouldn't have believed you. So he might think, oh my, this is I've got a second opportunity here. I've only got a couple of games. I've got, came on yesterday, maybe against Palace, and maybe then in his head he thinks I can have a good year here and then see where it goes in 12 months, rather than committing too soon to, I don't know, a 4-year contract with Everton or something like that. So
I think had he not got injured at Everton, they'd have probably been in for him more than they are at the minute. You know what I mean? If he'd have played the full season, I think they'd have probably pulled the trigger and signed him straight after the season ended.
Yeah, because it's a big commitment for them, innit? It's a big. I don't know what Everton's wage structure is like, but even half of his 300 grand a week wages is a lot of money for Everton.
I think it'd probably suit Everton for him to only go back on loan, but that doesn't suit City one bit, with it being his last year.
No.
He's English, so he doesn't take a place really in that regard.
If we let him go on loan now, you're basically cancelling his contract.
That's it.
Because you're letting him go for free a year before he's going for free.
You just have to...
Unless he gets injured, then he's got to fucking come back, so you're in the car for it again. So...
But that's it. But when he got injured last year, normally what the rule is when you get injured, you go back to your parent club and get treated there. But it was Everton that rehabilitated him. But then, which says a lot, really. So it shows that they were kind of committed to him.
Yeah, but it's never... Nothing's happened since.
No,
really,
I think again it's probably his wages that's a stumbling block for him, because I bet he's on 300k a week.
Yeah, but he's on 300k. He's one of the highest earners, which I found wild that he's one of the highest earners. I wasn't that excited when we got him. I didn't really rate him that highly. I was like,
no, I mean, like we've said, he did well, and he's likeable, isn't he? And I think that the other players like him, but he's not picking a pass out. He's not scoring from 30 yards. He's
you're
just a nothing at the minute.
Yeah. And for all these free kicks he wins, he never wins his penalties. No, he wins his free kicks all over. He never wins the penalty.
That's it. So, and he probably did do all right yesterday when he come on.
Yeah, and he looked a bit. There's a ball from Diaz, one that comes from miles away, and he couldn't get it.
Oh, he should have been onto it, shouldn't he?
Whether it's sluggish or fitness or awareness or lustiness, whatever it happens to be. But like I said, it's first day of the season. No one was perfect. It was a great result. So we'll leave it there. But it's it'd be great to have you on against you.
No problem, thank you.
But I don't want to see Marc Guehi in midfield again. But let's hope we can get Cherki in the team for 90 minutes against Palace, and we'll see how it goes. So have a safe trip when you get down there. Anyway, take care.
Nice one.
Keep in touch.
Cheers,
all
mate.
the best, mate. Bye bye.
Cheers, thank you. Bye now.